Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment of My Daddy Said, why don't you take all them old shells home with you so I can clean out my closet and put some of my stuff in there? I'm like, okay, Pop, what are we talking about? So sure enough, I go in there and look in the bottom Pop's closet over one side, and there's a wooden blasting cap box from the 19 teens in there, piled up with 22 long rifle and 22 Magnum ammunition that I just forgot about. I mean, I've lived with Mom and Pop over the years, but not in the past 30 years, well, back in the day, sometimes they get desperate. Sometimes Mom and Pop would run the roads together and they wanted somebody at their home, for security reasons. I'd move back into my old room and live at the house for a while. And, then I'd take a job out of state and I'd go up there and live forever and a long time. And then I'd come back. And then I went and I moved to Eddyville when I went to work in corrections. And it's getting way, way off the subject. So here's the deal. I had a bunch of ammunition that I hadn't seen in almost 30 years, since before I went to work at Eddyville in '94. And I'm all the time going down to Pop's house, and he'll be rooting around at his place and rooting around in the barn. He'll find something he thinks it belongs to me. Well, why don't you take this thing with you? And I'm like, what thing is that? And he says, that axe of a thing. And I go look at the axe of a thing, and it was a peavy that I bought 40 years ago at the flea market. So anyway, or a picaroon, or, old machete, whatever. So I just thought I'd do a quick little video. Here's some Concord 22 long rifle ammunition. Concord. Now this particular one is manufactured in England. I suspect that it's probably manufactured it's London, England. And it's manufactured by Concord. Now Concord was an import house, and they would purchase products, put their label on it, and sell it. They sold Dan Arms deer slugs and Dan Arms small arms ammunition back in the 80s. A pretty common brand for them. They sold a lot of stuff under this Concord brand name. Okay. I'm not 100% sure who manufactured this, even though the thing says it looks like it's got, I don't even recognize the stamp on the cartridge head. Anyway, we're going to try it out here, and we're going to try another one out while I'm at it. It's hot today, and man, I just don't feel like being out here all day long, but I felt the compulsion to make a video. So I found a carton of this stuff, and I don't even know if it still works or not. That's one of the reasons why we're over here trying it out. I'll shoot some of it out of the old Ruger here. Tell you one thing, the cardboard boxes were a lot better made when this was made. Those cartridges are fairly tight. They seem to be a brass case. Looks like copper washed, copper electroplated bullet. Look very much like a Winchester Super X. And I lost my place here. Come on, get some shells out of there and let's get on with it. I love a single action revolver, but they're hard to get loaded. Pretty easy to get unloaded. Alright, let's see how the shoot take. We shoot these 25 yards to steel targets. I'm getting pretty handy with this thing, both bench and freehand. I'm Just getting used to using it. Ooh, maybe that's not as good ammo as we think it is. Oh yeah, it hit that rim hard, buddy. Let's try the next one. That didn't sound right. Okay. Well, let's try a bigger target. Maybe we can hit it. Yeah, hit it. All right, let's try that 10-incher down there. Okay, we hit it. Let's try the 5-inch circle lollipop target. There's another snap. Ain't no good. All right. How many duds you got here? One. Okay. So we hit that one twice and still didn't go. I don't know. Winchester Super X don't have much better of a record. Let's shoot 6 more out of it right quick. And we'll quit with it. Move on to something stupider. These bullets are a little large in here. I have to give them a little forward assist to seat them into the chamber recesses. Maybe it's got a little corrosion on it. That over time picked up a little corrosion. Are you kidding me? Get in there, damn you. Well, I got stuck in there. Can't get it out. Maybe that looks, yeah, it looks like it does. Well, I'll be. This ammunition looks like it's more trouble than it's worth. All right, let's put that dud back in there and see if we can get it to go. All right, here we go. Finally, like trying to load a muzzle loader. Okay, I hit that one. Let's go back to the little 5-incher. Yeah, I hit that in there. Missed. Hit that one. Back to the silhouette. I hit that one. That felt a lot harder than the other ones. Okay. Apparently our dud refired when you hit it on a different part of the cartridge rim. Alright. That's not bad. Let's try something else. Since how we're sitting here, I found something else. I found a half carton of these things. Half a carton of these things. Surok. Okay. Surok. This is manufactured by the LVE manufacturing plant in Russia. This is Russian steel case 22 rimfire. 9-plated steel cases, non-corrosive. Lead warning in English, so you know it was meant to be imported. It says made in Russia. Got a groundhog standing up on the box there. It says hunting on it. Actually, this arsenal that produced this also produced ammunition for their Olympic shooting team. I don't know exactly what it is, but LVE ammunition, back when it was highly available, LVE ammunition was a good serviceable ammunition, and I shot a lot of it back in the day. Now you don't see LVE much anymore. You do actually. Occasionally you'll walk into a gun shop and it's all of the patrons of the gun shop have ignored that brand because they didn't know what it was. You know, occasionally you walk into places and they're like that. You know, they don't, and that went in. They don't, they're not familiar with the brand. The proprietor bought it cheap. You know, the customer's not familiar with the brand and is not going to spend his money on it. So it winds up sitting there for a long time. I bought a bunch of LVE Makarov ammunition a couple of years ago. That just won't go in. What the? Give a little assistance there. There you go. And bought some Makarov ammunition and bought some LVE 380. And, you know, it's fine. It's steel case, copper war, steel jacketed ammunition. And I still have quite a bit of 7.62 by 54 LVE soft point ammo, which shoots very consistently and is, you know, good ammunition. But it had a strike against it. First of all, it said it was made in Russia. Second of all, it come in a pretty chintzy box, and the customer would look at that on the local mom and pop gun shop shelf and disregard it and buy something they were familiar with. So you still see the stuff around, and it does shoot. And this, or not. Yeah. All right. So the LVE suffers from duddage as well. I think this is the first time I've ever had a dud round with LVE brand ammunition. Of course, it is like 30 years old. I mean, you know. So, you know, what can you say? It is 30 years old and it is made in Russia. So, there it is. But anyway, that's a cartridge test on two different brands of ammunition a lot of people don't see. Like to take, share, buy, commentate, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all when we see you. Bye now.